Hey, it's SEO, and it's a gorgeous Saturday morning. I'm on what I call my long-ass Saturday walk, and I went over to Wilson Park, and for the first time on my long walks over to Wilson Park, where they have the farmers market, I remembered to bring some cash, but I didn't buy anything. So, so I walked around Wilson, and thought I would look and see if there's any football games going on across over at Zamp. There is. So I'm walking there. I'm on the tracks because the traffic. I don't want to walk amongst a bunch of noise. But so I came across a place that I thought, you know what, I've been wanting to start adding some sprinting, sort of a modified HIIT program, they call it, HIIT, into my walks, because I've been lifting. And I thought, what if I do some hill sprints? And I went over there, and all of a sudden a flood of memories came back to training up my kids. And I would get Nick specifically to run sprints up this thing and do sideways stuff to help his side steps and footwork. And maybe what brought it about was that even though yesterday was the night typically for high school football, I saw what looked like out on the field a couple high school football players getting coached up by somebody. They're quarterbacks, so they're getting their extra work in, probably from a professional trainer. So I ran the sprints, and I ran those, and I started remembering Nick, and then I remembered, God, sand dune, everywhere I've done this over the years, Sand Dune Park. And how you doing? Over in Manhattan Beach, the steps at the old stadium at El Camino, the beautiful stadium. You've seen it if you watch Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. That's the stadium. They tore that down, but we would run that, and then over here as he got older, and then even over at Redondo Beach High School, I like their stadiums because they do have cement steps. And he was training for his senior year, and he had a broken hand. And so I go, run these. I didn't run them. And so he's going up and down. He's getting tired. And all of a sudden he falls, gives me a coronary because he has a broken hand. And he came out of it okay. And I realized that the steps are not even. Right? The steps are not even. And it reminded me of how an example is that people get into marriages, they get into long-term committed relationships for consistency, safety, and security, right? And something like that. And they cheat because of exactly what I just said. They're seeking novelty. And well, that's not a football game, that's a soccer game. Look at that. That's soccer going on. I wanted to watch football. So people seek novelty and they don't. We're weird humans, and in our marketing, if we can offer that, offer both, we can get attention that the world's of marketers are wanting. We want attention. And some people, just literally scream for attention. And then there's nothing there, right? Too often there's nothing there. So going back to the falling on the stairs deal, so what happens in exercise is we turn off the thinking, right? Because it's painful. You don't want to think about the pain. You already know what's ahead. You can just go on autopilot. That's what my son was doing. And as soon as he did that, he fell because he didn't register that the steps were not even. They were odd. One would be like, just, I'm making this up, 6 inches. The other one would be 8. So each step is different, either stepping higher or lower. And that means you have to pay attention, which a lot of people don't do when they exercise, right? If you want to look at a professional bodybuilder, they are thinking, they're experiencing the pain of the whole motion, the whole rotation through the movement, bottom to top, top to bottom. Even doing something as much as to exaggerate that expression, right? The great Mike Mentzer was a bodybuilder back in the 70s, 80s. He would do these half, kind of what they call negatives, where he holds it at the top and just lets that sucker burn, and he's feeling the burn. But what you want to do is turn that off. I'll do that and I'll turn it off. No, you want to feel it, because when you feel it, you're experiencing the novelty. The novelty is what kicks in the fight or flight. There's bigger explanations than that. We want to be able to experience the pain so that we're prepared for it and can go on autopilot next time when we have to get to the ultimate goal. Now that's kind of a long way of explaining how to market, but I understand that's human nature is my point. It's human nature to try to turn off the thinking. And if you can find ways to nudge your marketplace, your prospects into your world, then you become more ubiquitous. And then every once in a while, go ahead and do raise the steps, be a little different, right? So another way of looking at it is just to give you an idea where I'm at. Those are the condos that were recently built. The old credit union was there over by Zamperini Field. And I'm trying to remember who built it. Doesn't come to mind at the time. And then this is the old Torrance Park, I think it's called. It's kind of cool. It's older than dirt. Trees are too. So be able to have that variety of choice to turn the novelty on in your own marketing and your own sales behavior, and then turn on the safety on a dime. Most people are one lane, or as I like to say, they're going in first gear all the time, and they don't have a second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or turbo. You got to find all of them. You got to have a choice. One of the greatest coaching compliments I've ever received was from my friend Chris Park, and I'd said something out loud the entire team towards the end of my gig doing youth football, and I yelled it out, and I easily can go into different personalities, and that Chris called me out on it. Yelled out, he goes, "Coach Tim has 7 or 8 personalities. This one's my favorite. Listen, y'all." Listen to him, y'all. And I appreciated that, because that's being aware. Peace out.